welcome back to the show we don't have a name for yet. On one side, we have some pro-Donald Trump supporters, and the other side, we have some people who are against that, I guess, because they don't understand democracy. So,
I'm not against
on one side, we have Donald Trump himself,
I'm on that side.
and the other side, we have some other gentlemen.
Today, I would like to provide the American people with an update on the White House transition and our policy plans for the first 100 days.
Obviously, Donald Trump had previous ideas to ban Muslim immigration into the United States, a complete and total shutdown. Now he's doubled back on it to say that only certain areas that are troubled will be banned from immigrating.
Which proves that he doesn't have a position, that he is willing to take a stand on. He keeps going back and forth.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's wrong.
That's
wrong.
Oh, yeah,
That's
constantly going back and forth. Donald Trump stays true to what he says.
Exactly.
Like the Muslim ban, right? And now he retracted on that thing.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Muslims
should still be banned, and Donald Trump is going to do it.
No, he said no, I'm not going to
What are you talking about?
No,
This is why I hate Hillary supporters. You don't know what you're talking about.
He is Donald Trump.
Are you Donald Trump? Then why are you speaking in third person?
He hit my hands. Nobody has ever hit my hands. I've never heard of this one. Look at those hands.
What's Hillary's next step? Will she hang herself, or will she continue to somehow be involved in politics?
Yeah.
Let's hear the Donald Trump somehow pro Hillary side.
What do you have to say?
Tell us how you spend $140 a month on protein, please.
Yeah. That's going to kill you sooner or
That's
later.
irrelevant. That has nothing
Exactly.
to do
All right. You don't.
Are you getting up? Because I'll get up
like
too.
to,
Alright. Yeah, come then.
Come on, guys. This is a civil. It's good. Yeah. All right.
Alright.
Now that Trump is elected, who clearly says that climate change and global warming is fabrication made by China, what will happen to the polar bears? Let's start with you guys.
Well, I think climate change is something without we all agree on. It's an overwhelming majority of 97% of the scientists agree on it. I don't know how Trump doesn't believe in that, and that is going to have a huge.
Why don't you believe in it?
I'm not Trump.
Because 97% of scientists believe in it doesn't mean that it's true.
What does mean that it's true?
That no, what?
There's still that,
There's still that 3%. Do you want to throw away their opinions? That's what I thought. They're smarter than you.
Wait, so they have a. That's their opinion.
All right, guys. One could ask also the credibility of these scientists.
NASA.
Do you know them?
NASA.
NASA's a book. Well,
NASA.
they don't even have funding. If they're so smart, where's
Let's move on to the next question. Now, the next question, guys, concerns the plight of minorities in the United States. How do you think a minority is going to be feeling in the next 4 years, and how do you think that this presidency will, what will be possibly the backlash and all that for this?
Well, obviously they're going to be feeling threatened, as we've seen that a couple of incidents have happened on the East Coast where Muslims have been attacked, and also it was in the news that Mexicans and Latinos are also being victimized. So of course they're going to feel threatened in the next 4 years.
Exactly. And what would the opposite side have to say about this?
Well,
We need to start a revolution.
I feel that isn't it the people that didn't vote for Trump that are inciting the violence? Like on the news, we can see that there are huge riots going on, violent riots. People who voted Trump were being attacked when they were leaving the polls. People who supposedly voted Trump. I know for sure that some of us may have seen the video of that gang of black males attacking that elderly white
We're
gentleman.
not talking about like the voters. We're talking about the minority.
And they were saying that he voted Trump, so and they physically assaulted him. So really, it's who is the one that's under attack here in America right now? The people who voted Trump or the minorities that didn't vote Trump? The minorities are not going to be any worse off in the country now that Trump has been elected. First of all, your idea that Muslims were being attacked in the East Coast. There were a lot of Muslims that were attacking Trump supporters, so really it goes both ways, and we need to consider that it goes both ways instead of focusing only on one group.
What was your answer?
In a more neutral viewpoint, if there are riots now that Trump won, there were definitely been riots if Hillary won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would have been worse.
Go both ways.
Trump said that he wouldn't accept the election results, so you could
Hold
have
on,
expected something worse than what's happening.
Here's the thing.
And
Trump saying
is
he
your
wouldn't
democratic
accept
right.
the election results, and Hillary saying she wouldn't accept the election results are two different things. If we look at the huge like anti-Trump bias in the media, if we look at all the emails that show that Hillary rigged the DNC in her favor and screwed Bernie Sanders out of the Democratic nomination, there's an actual case that there was major corruption that took place during this entire presidential season. Hillary Clinton has no place, she has no footing to claim in any way whatsoever that she's in a position to not accept the results of the election. And on top of that, for you to say that the riots would be worse, how do you even know that? You're taking the statement of a few people because really...
Not a few people, Donald Trump himself.
Donald Trump said he wouldn't accept the results. He didn't say that there would be violent action.
I mean, what's the obvious consequence of not
Well, what's the
accepting
obvious
results?
well, really, what are we dealing with? Are we dealing with what we're imagining what could happen or what actually happened
What
with
would
the Hillary
happen
supporters
if
attacking
he
people?
didn't accept the results? What do you
Here's the
think
thing,
would happen?
we don't know. But we
do
do know
know.
what happened when Hillary didn't
Yeah,
win. Her supporters went
Violent
out,
riots.
they
Same what happened
they
to Trump.
rioted, they violently attracted Trump supporters, and these are the people that were saying, we're peaceful, we're this, we're that, we're not gonna riot. So really, it's who's worse?
No, the thing is, these Hillary supporters, like, they represent a very small fraction of the overall.
The same way that these
No,
Trump
let me
supporters
make
are
my
talking
point.
about.
Let's keep this civil. For Trump, however, he himself, who's a representation of the entire movement, basically said that no, we're not going to accept the results. So here you have a few people rioting, and then there you have the leader of the movement basically saying we're not going to accept.
You're basically making a logical connection that Trump's words automatically manifest themselves through violent action of his supporters. There's no connection whatsoever. There's something called a peaceful protest. There's silent protests that you could do. There's so many different kinds of protests. You're automatically making the assumption that Trump, if he doesn't accept the election results, first of all, you're saying that Trump, every single thing he says, speaks for every single person in his movement.
Can I add
That's
in?
not
Can
true.
I add in?
And then the next thing that you're saying is,
Yeah, we have
excuse me, who are you?
This is
It seems we have a stowaway on board.
Listen, this is an actual tweet by Donald Trump. He said, we cannot let this happen. We should march on Washington and stop this diversity. Our nation is totally divided. That's what he said when Obama won. No, listen. He said that we cannot let this happen. We should march on Washington.
Is that violent?
Yes, that is.
Where are the violent
How do you march on
connotations?
Washington? How do you march on
It's a
Washington?
Washington protest.
That's like a euphemism.
No
for
one is
something.
arguing against the Hillary
Yeah.
supporters protesting. We're arguing against the fact that they're violently protesting, they're rioting. It's similar to the riots in Baltimore. They're comparable. That's how bad it's gotten. Trump actually that would be a protest march, not a march of violence where they're attacking Trump supporters. I'm assuming that the same way you're assuming it would be incredibly violent. So really, why is your assumption automatically of more value than my assumption? Why can you put a meaning on Donald Trump's words and say, when he said this, he obviously meant violence, and I say, well, he probably didn't mean violence. Why is your interpretation of a tweet more valid than my interpretation of that same tweet?
It's not just a tweet.
Oh, so why are your interpretation of anything more valid than mine? Why?
Gentlemen,
who
I
are
think
you?
we should move on to the next question. Very quickly, conspiracies. This is the Alex Jones segment of the show. Now, we have never seen Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump in the same place. Could they possibly be the same person?
There's this great video on YouTube, which my friend sent me.
Yeah, from InfoWars, I saw that.
No, this is.
Is Vladimir Putin actually Donald Trump?
No.
There's a possibility. A small.
We have never seen them in the same spot together.
I mean, just a tweak.
They are both white males.
But they're not. He's not.
No, he's
When Anonymous hacked Donald Trump, they found out that the real Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin Twitter accounts come from the same IP address. And they were reporting that yesterday on InfoWars.
Possibly, what we're seeing is Vladimir Putin has clearly, disguised himself in our system and won our electoral votes.
savage.
Possibly, we have Vladimir Putin running our country.
So who's gonna run Russia then?
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin can always be in two places at once. This just shows how terrible Hillary is.
How do you not own?
Second, I don't know Putin. I have no idea. I never met Putin. This is not my best friend. I don't know Putin.
But
Yeah,
still,
but that's
how could
the
that
thing.
be a wig?
That's the thing.
People have constantly argued, is that the thing Trump's wearing on his head, is it a toupee? We don't know. Maybe it is, because he's Vladimir
No, on
Putin. He could be.
SNL, he actually checked his hair.
How do you not know that was just well glued?
Actually, CNN did a report where they took a DNA sample from Donald Trump and a DNA sample from Vladimir Putin, and they matched it with the DNA sample they had from Ivanka Trump, his daughter, and they found that all three of them matched. So Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin can both be Ivanka's father. So obviously, some fishy business is
I had
going
read
on.
this that semen found at the Kremlin and semen found at the Trump Towers, both identically
Donald Trump is Vladimir Putin confirmed.
And now, to conclude our segment, thank you for coming, gentlemen. This ends our interview/debate.
Let's say China. China.